Hey guys, it is Saturday, which is my Friday, and unfortunately, no, can't really call it that because I worked. So tomorrow's my Saturday, and Monday is Monday. But there's beer. What are we looking at today? We're going to be looking at Gritty Mcduffs. What was the other one I've had quite a long time ago? Special Bitters or something Bitters. I remember that being kind of bready, and I think I liked it. So hopefully, this one does not have an alcohol percentage on it. And it's the Gritty Mcduffs Brewing Company. This would be out of Maryland, and this is something from John Solar. And the bottle top looks something, wait for it, looks something like that. And then, just as a teaser, if if I still have room after drinking this pint, I probably am going to take a revisit of Arrogant Bastard. It's kind of funny, it's been well over a year since I did it. I don't think there was an E-scale in place at that point in time. And somebody just recently asked me to review Ranger from New Belgium, and that's the commercial that was playing when I clicked on that the video to see if I happened to have had done an E-scale rating on it. So I know it's going to be a crazy thing to do 2 pints back to back, but I was stretching, and I was loading my mags, and I think I'm up to it. But let's just not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start with this. Oh, and you guys, I don't know who all has done videos on them. I know my good friend, that loser Pete over at the Armory channel. You've seen several videos from Through Night flashlights. Well, I decided, they're not bad in price. I mean, don't get me wrong at all. I just any of you guys that know me know I'm a flashlight whore. I would be happy to have a box full of different flashlights, and it's just like I use them at work. Doesn't matter what job I was doing, you always want to have a flashlight on you. Right now I'm actually using, and it's actually upstairs. It's a one made by Rayovac, and it's been holding up quite well. It takes the 3 AAAs that go into the pack that look like one big battery, and it gets a lot of abuse. It's just a little bit bigger than I kind of wanted it to be, mainly because I keep it in the carpenter's pants in my left side little pocket, and it hangs up just a little bit when you're trying to get that out of there. So couldn't really tell the sizes, but found them. Actually, I found out that on Amazon or on the on Through Night's own site, they turned out to be the exact same price. So I tried the. They come in these cool little tins, the TI3 and the T10S. Just quickly, if you're not a flashlight person, I apologize, but look at this thing. It's like twice the size of Chuck's dick, and it's 120 lumens, and it just has a oops. Which is kind of cool. It has, that's like the kind of stuff you just use, and then if you turn it off and back on, it'll go to medium, and then again to the 120 lumens. And it comes with either a, I don't know how the hell the thing attaches. Oh, it clips around it. Like a pocket clip, or a shirt pocket clip. I wouldn't use this as a pocket clip. You can see that it's kind of flimsy, but then again the flashlight's like twice the size of Chuck's penis. And probably more usable as it comes with an extra O-ring and then that like keychain clip. and this was $19.95 on Amazon or at their site. So I'll probably just put this on my my work set of keys and just see how long it takes to break it. Now the other one, the T10S, I think the S stands for stainless. This actually has some weight to it, and this takes a double A, and it's somewhat the same thing. It's got the push button on back, and you can go through the different settings, and this one is 169 lumen. Like I said, it definitely has some weight to it, and they send along a clip, and if it is stainless, it might be a little bit more durable than the other one, but I can't tell. It's got the spot right there that it would screw onto. It has Allen wrench screws, and they send along the little Allen wrench, and quite a, at least 2 sets of screws and another O-ring, and then they also send the anal toy, so you can so it come in handy for Travis and Heffy at the truck stop. Just say you want to wash that or sterilize it. And this one was $39.95, so $20 and $40, and this one was 169 lumens, so it's not that much brighter than the other one, but it definitely has a little bit more weight to it. And this is probably, now this is starting to go the other direction. It might be, if it falls level with the pocket, and I can still easily grab it out of there. Now if it, or maybe even hook the side of that pocket, but I'm definitely going to be, the whole point was I just wanted to use them and see. I don't want to throw these in a drawer. I want to see how long it takes to actually break them. Normally what happens, I notice what happens with lights, and it almost doesn't matter if it's like $80 like a Surefire that I have, or a Streamlight. Eventually it's like, you get that hole, you've got it turned on, and it'll like flicker and get low, and you give it one of those and it'll brighten up. It seems like eventually every flashlight, everybody's flashlight that I've had, that ends up happening. So you got the pre-ebomey channel. I'll probably do a kind of an unboxing video on them. By then I might have some initial thoughts, but right now I haven't used them at all. So if you're interested, for the money, they seem like an awfully good deal. I mean, you look at some flashlights, the price is just absolutely stupid. I mean, when I spent $100 on a light and it lasted as long, actually that Rayovac I'm using now has outlasted almost everything. They offer it in 2 different sizes. The one I have, which is about that big, it's just that it's kind of a fat flashlight, or they actually have like a bigger one that you'd throw in a glove compartment or in a drawer in your kitchen, or the toolbox or something like that. So let's get into this. What opener have I not used in a while? I don't think William Blackgeist has seen some. He just did a review, a few things out from Guinness outside of their norm, and I agree with you, my friend. If you're gonna make an ale or something like that, it better be very, very good and not just average. If you're gonna charge $10 a 6-pack, I for one would not go that route. Red Claws Ale. Looks like we're definitely going to be doing good on carbonation. I don't want to just dump it headlong down the center, otherwise we're going to be waiting on it. So plenty of carbonation. Kind of a little bit of a reddish hue to it. Boy, I tell you, granted I'm was outside raking and seeing how much pollen I can add to my, system and get all plugged up. But I have to say that my first thoughts on this smell is it actually instantly reminded me of Great Lakes Brewing's Christmas Ale, which Hazman tells me is this weekend. That's a good beer. Really impressed with a lot of stuff from them, and I can get most of the time I can get everything here. That Christmas was kind of touchy. That was like, hey, we have it, it's on sale, and when this pile is gone, it is all gone, and it went pretty fast. So, kind of some almost spicy spices kind of notes to it. A little bit of a candy, almost like sweetness. Cheers. As you're drinking it, it's dry, very dry as you're drinking it. That sweetness that you smell is not in the taste. A little bit of a hoppiness up front. And then it just kind of dies off, very dry and bitter, like right now. Like it literally has dried out my mouth. And it almost has left a cinnamon, like Big Red chewing gum, as an aftertaste. Have you had this, Mr. Solar John 283? I remember that one that I had that, I don't remember if it was special bitter or it was bitter something. I mean, could have done my homework before we got together, but, I was just coming down here to drink a beer. Get focused. I forget shit. I remember that being pretty good. This, not so much. Very dry. Very dry. Like I don't know what the IBUs are, but it just almost seems like something that would be up there. But then again, the Mickler 1000, just you'd expect that you'd instantly lose 10 pounds of water weight because it sucked it right out of your system, and that is a very, very intense but awesome beer. This is just it's almost now that I'm having more of it, if you take a fairly healthy gulp of it, it's almost that you get that initial hoppiness is actually preceded by a sour, so it's like a sour bitter to it. Then again, it wouldn't surprise me if John, if this is something that you actually like after that. Again, I apologize. He sent a 6-pack of soda for Christine, and that is definitely a pop that takes a it's a delicate way of putting it. It's I took a big sip. It looked like Coca-Cola. And it was like like when you set your mixed drink down at a party and then pick up another one, and Lord knows what is taking place in it. So, somebody ash in my beer. It was almost like some kind of a mint and Copenhagen, and then like my mouth went numb. Oh, this is great. I see the camera is pissed off and acting like it's gonna die, which means in order to finish this, and if anybody wants to stick around for the double feature of the Arrogant Bastard, means I am going to need to take a fast break and grab the charger for this. But we might be able to get through this. Sorry, John. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on your on the pop. Sorry. If I try, my head might explode. Be better just to give up, and then it'll come natural. Yeah, this is void of well, other than the sour and the bitter, it's actually void of a lot of anything. Yeah, you definitely are getting that sour, bitter up front. Like I said, it's kind of, it's like cinnamon aftertaste. Okay, on the E scale, I'm going to give Red Claw's ale, I'm going to give it a 3. I just, I don't really care for that combination of the sour and dry at the same time. It's almost like take like something from the brewery that had that really heavy sour to it, but that was filled with the intensity of flavors and such to that you got all that, but this doesn't really have any of the rest of it. It just kind of has the sour and the dry and not really the rest. And now the camera's really pissed off at me. So on an E scale, like I said, we're just gonna stick with a 3, and give me 1 second, and we're gonna take a second look at Arrogant Bastard. Wow, it's like I'm drunk before I'm even drunk. I apologize. I don't even know what I was thinking. Arrogant Bastard. The second time it was a go around, that was from Travis. The one that Ed sent was Dead Guy Ale from Rogue, and I have actually not reviewed this, so I am not gonna throw a potentially good beer on as a backup fun brew. We're gonna look at this tomorrow. So, but since I said I was gonna look at something, I'm gonna take a second look at Two Hearted Ale from Bell's. The first time I reviewed it, I don't even know what I even gave it. I know what I should have given it. But it was in a bottle, and this one is in a can, so just kind of my thoughts at this moment in time, because I know me, like a few of you, would shy away from cans because of and I don't know if it's true or it becomes a mental game changer, but I prefer my beer in a bottle, and I do notice a taste difference. Like, like I said before, lots of times, especially with like Moose Drool, when it's in a can, it's like a completely different beer than when it's in a bottle. The plus is light is damaging to your alcohol and or beer, and there's going to be no light getting in there. 7% by volume. It's a bigger can. This is unfiltered. Best kept refrigerated. I personally, this was from New York Half-Ass Prepper, I have actually never seen this in a can. I can get it in bottles all day long around here. Actually, the very first time I ever had it, I had this and their Oberon on tap. And I'd have to say that that's the best way I've ever had it. Okay, so we have good carbonation, mountain of head, and since I like to point it out, well, of course it's unfiltered, so it has a little bit of that haze to it. I like to point out when I see it, and I know that this is it's an outstanding beer. It's one of my personal favorite IPAs, but it does not do that color rising up through the bubbles. Smell, just beautiful, sweet, big, hoppy, suck on this kind of a beer. And we're gonna. So, cheers. So, apologize for anybody that was like, "Ooh, arrogant bastard," but I think I've looked at that a couple of times now and don't even know what I was thinking. I mean, hell, he even sent the glass to go with it, which, you know, this one didn't exactly make the journey too well. The glass is cool as hell, though. So, cheers, guys. Welcome to the after party. Hopefully by now Chuck is gone. God damn it. So he's not. That hoppiness up front. And this is one that leans on the pine side of the hoppy. You know, pine, grapefruit, pine. This is more on the pine side. Up front is that little bit of a sweetness, kind of a tropical fruit kind of sweetness, like pineapple maybe. It's not like the tangerine or orange that you get with the Bengali. It's almost more of a pineapple like hit. And right behind that is a dry bitter spot, but with lots of flavor, not just dry and bitter, and not dry like would it make its way through a piece of cheesecloth. Oh, you even get that distinct pininess in the smell. So when that dry bitter area kind of goes away, you're just kind of left with a really nice kind of a complex blend of all of the flavors, but on a bread note. It just has a really nice, smooth aftertaste to it. But I should actually do, well, I can't because this is the last one, would be to have reviewed back-to-back bottle can. Oh, did I ever, I don't think I ever took a stab at the alcohol percent on the Red Claws. I I want to say it's low, like in the low fours, kind of low. I didn't really even notice even any alcohol in it. So, you know, not much in flavor and no alcohol. This is just start to finish. It's just a nice little ride of different flavors, and they're more, definitely compared to that, they're definitely more bold and in your face. Citrusy, pineapple citrus. You want to try some? Was it good? See, what else? What else can we talk about? Did I mention how awesome DPMS is? Because there's a reason. I have to say though, let's see, what have I've spoken to 3 people there. The receptionist, very nice, very polite. I think the phone I think I've called there probably 5 times, and the phone was always answered on the first or the second ring by a live human being and not an automated system. That is a strong plus. And then from there, it went downhill with the guy that's like, well, I don't know what to tell you, you know, we don't offer the parts. You know, you can send it in and we'll diagnose what the problem is. That's like bringing your car to your mechanic because there's no door on the driver's side and not knowing why. It's drafty, windy, and the rain comes in, and the mechanic goes, after spending several hours with your vehicle and hooking it up to the diagnostic machine, we've come to the conclusion that the driver's side door is missing. Shit, really? I mean, after telling him all I needed was the dust cover door, he actually told me that I need to send them the upper, and they will diagnose what the problem is. I'm like, you know what the problem is? There's no fucking door on it. That's what the problem is. You know what? You know what do they pay for the door? A couple bucks? I mean, I paid $6 for it, so they probably pay a couple bucks for it. But somehow it was better that they pay to have the upper sent to them, and then have a technician figure out what's wrong with the fact that there's no dust door where there's supposed to be a dust door, put one on it, and then ship it back to me. Or just send me a dust cover door. I'm sorry. I bitched about this yesterday, or the day before, because we weren't here yesterday. Okay, and I have now had multiple requests. As of late, within the last 48 hours, both Stephen Bush and Ray, STL Ray Edwards, want me to just pick a time when I'm going to review, say, any one of those, and be shitty drunk before I start the review. And now that I've made the comment, I'm sure there's going to be comments left about how that would be a good idea. Been close a few times. Especially when we got the joint efforts. I have no idea. You know, when Evil Neil was here, there was a lot of alcohol consumed prior to that camera being turned on. And I can definitely tell you, When Johnny was here last time, I think we drank 4 or 5 beers, went to dinner, had 3 or 4 more, and then probably had a couple to loosen up before we came down here to do the review. Yikes. But sure, I can pick a time. Probably the spot to actually do that would be on a Saturday, because tomorrow morning is like the only morning that my alarm clock isn't going to go off at 3:45 a.m. Winning. I tell you, man. Chuck, you're awesome. Hopefully tonight I can hook up with a few of you guys on the video chat. It's been a hasn't happened this week, or maybe one night. I don't remember. I think there was one night I was waiting for the brew review to render so I could hit the upload button, and Ed or Travis or Ray sent me an invite, and I think I was on for like 20 minutes and then had to go sleepy. Because if I don't get, you know, at least 4 hours of sleep, I am a little Chuck. Okay. Like I said, be looking for some of you guys a little later, because hopefully you'll see this sooner than later. Otherwise, like I said, you know, if you want my initial first impressions on how they feel as far as durability and stuff go, the TI3 here is kind of typical of your aluminum style light. It's just a really small one, really damn bright though. So the question is do you want a flashlight that's about 2.5 inches, 2.5, 3 inches long, and 120 lumens for $20? Like I said, seems like the quality is there. I mean, you don't really know until you use it, and sometimes it takes a little bit of use before you get to that point. The other one, kind of like the other one. Some people, you know, depending on what you're gearing up for, you may want a lighter, easier to store flashlight, blah blah blah. But for most of my stuff, I actually like a little bit of weight to it. Like you know, I'm with little help and comments left by people like Paul Hasman, who highly suggested the switch and get away from Samsung and go to HTC. I'm certainly glad I did, because this has been an outstanding phone, and it has some weight to it because it actually has a aluminum chassis as opposed to just being plastic. I mean, I bet you it weighs twice as much as the Galaxy 4. Samsung is so busy trying to corner the market on the words new that I think they have a shit quality. If I showed you my daughter's phone, because I bought her one the same day that I bought myself one, and she doesn't always keep it in a case. She actually has an OtterBox, unlike me. I just have this is the dot matrix one. You can like touch it and it'll light up, but it's also smart because it turns it on and off when you open the cover. But she has dropped her phone so many times The last time it actually bounced down, I think it was the ladder, because she works in a warehouse, and it landed face down on some shit on a cement floor, and she said it finally got its first hairline scratch in it, which pissed her off. Other than that, the back of it kind of looks like it was set up on a BB gun range. I'm just like, how in the hell do you get some of these dents in this thing and not have it affect the way that it's working? But not a problem with the way it's working. So thank you, Paul Hasman, for suggesting the HTC, because as of this point in time, that's the 1M8, and I will buy the 1M9 when it's available. Right now, though, the rumor is waiting for operating system L, or Lollipop. So, cheers, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll look at the Dead Guy Ale from Rogue that Ed sent. So, guys, stay safe and enjoy your Saturday.